Okay, guys. Okay, welcome back to the YouTube channel, to the Let's Talk podcast. And today we have Renee Troutman. Can you just introduce yourself, let the people know who you are?
Sure. I'm Renee Troutman. I'm a senior here at Gustavus. I'm majoring in elementary education and a minor in Spanish, and I'm from Hopkins, Minnesota. And I'm a child of God.
Yeah, the most important thing, she's a child of God. And I mean, that's the whole reason we're here, is
Hmm.
because we just wanted to, I just wanted to talk to you about what it's been like 4 years basically. I mean, you almost graduated,
Yeah.
but 4 years at Gustavus. So just want to do a little breakdown of, I mean, you don't have to go in detail about everything, but like how the journey's been
Okay.
so far, like coming in from high school, maybe like expectations you had, and then some harsh realities and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Um, when touring Gustavus, I knew that they were a Christian college. At least that's what they advertised. And so when I was looking at schools, that was one of my priorities was to go to a Christian college, um, to help build my faith more, and to be supported in it as well. And that was kind of a harsh reality when coming here. Um, like during my freshman year, I realized that campus here is very secular and they don't teach from the Bible, and um, they don't live out maybe a Christian lifestyle or are Christ centered in their teachings here. And so that was a surprise to me. And it really challenged me to dive deeper in my faith individually. And I sought out a bunch of Christian orgs. Like the first week I was here, I was like, okay, what Christian involvements can I get into? I want to be in a Bible study. I'm hoping there's like um, a Sunday service, maybe, or other things like that. Um, and get involved in church, maybe, or other stuff. And I found Proclaim, and it was just a great community to freely worship God, and I really connect with um, God through worship and singing. And then I found Prepare, which is a Bible study that we're both in, and so that was really nice to um, just be involved in diving into the Word and seeking wisdom from Devo, who's our leader, who has um, just a lot more knowledge about the Bible and helping us understand it and support us in our faith journeys and our walks with Christ. And so that was really nice. Um, and then I got involved in crew a little bit my freshman year. Not a whole lot. Um,
That's cool.
it's another Bible study, but it's student led
Oh, okay.
instead of Prepare Ministries leading it. Um, and I guess outside of these organizations, I didn't really have a Christian community. Like a lot of my friends here on campus um, weren't really strong in their faith or didn't have faith at all. And so that was kind of hard on me, just trying to. We live very different lifestyles and have different values, but that doesn't stop me from being friends with them still. And I'm friends with some of the people I was with freshman year, but most of them um, we've kind of drifted apart. Nothing like bad or anything, but yeah. And then freshman year, we actually got sent home for due to COVID, and I that was like a really strange time because like the whole world like is like what is going on, like what like nothing is normal anymore. But it really made me think about um, what I took for granted before, like all the little things in life, like just like seeing someone smile, like that's covered up by a mask, so you can't even see that, or like spending time with your friends or going out and doing things with them, and when you have to be 6 feet apart now, and then all like a bunch of places are closed, so you can't even meet up, and then worried about family members getting sick, and so I really had to just trust a known God to an unknown future, and like understand that like God cannot be limited by the walls of quarantine. And so it really made me lean on Him and depend on Him more because like a lot of people didn't have hope in the situation, but when you have Christ like by your side, He is your source of hope and He's your source of joy no matter what you're going through. And so that was really helpful to get me through COVID times and just being stuck at home alone with my dad. I love my dad, but also like
Tiring.
he gets tiring, yes. Um, so yeah, that was like freshman year, I guess. And then sophomore year, I just grew more in my faith. I got to lead worship and proclaim, and I was on a leadership team and joined the leadership team for Prepare too, and so helping lead Bible studies and just helping other people grow in their faith journeys as well. Um, Junior year, I grew even more in the same ways. I spent a lot of more individual time, like in the Bible and doing my devotionals and becoming just more knowledgeable about how to live according to the way, the truth, and the life. Um, and then senior year, so this year, I was at home for part of it while I was student teaching, and then I was in Spain student teaching. And while I was abroad for 2 months, there was no Christian community to be involved in. Like, no churches were in a walking distance from where I was, and we didn't have cars. And the people I was surrounded by didn't have like faith either. And so I felt kind of alone and didn't have a sense of community of in my faith. And so it really um, made me just depend on God more and how like lean on His shoulder and like He's the only one that I need, and just to grow even more in my faith and having Him like be my first love, like how He wants us to be. And then coming back to campus, I mean, after growing so much in my faith over the years, I realized how much like Gustavus is so lost. And like we get caught up in living for the world instead of living for the word. And so, um, Prepare, we started praying every single morning during chapel break for a revival on this campus. And we just want to see God moving through the people here and at this college. And um, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but also God is always working behind the scenes no matter what we are experiencing right now. It feels like He's not doing much, but we know that He is in the background. And so, yeah, I guess. But also, I've come to learn this semester that I kept praying for, like, God use me, God use me. Like, how can I be an example to the people on this campus? And He has been using me to just be a light and to share His love and His grace and His goodness. But also, He's like calling me, He's like, daughter, like, I want you to sit with me. Like, you're not someone that I just, or like a thing that I need to use and like not manipulate, but like to do my will. Like, He wants me to sit with Him and to just enjoy being in His presence and then letting Him fill me with the Holy Spirit as well. And so,
Like you kind of felt like you never look at me, or you needed to be able to
yeah,
look at me.
I felt like that. Like, what can I do today? Like, how can I serve you? But He just wants me to be obedient to Him.
I feel like a lot of people get through that. Like I know when I had, like when you have the fire, it's like okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. And sometimes you can actually be doing too much when like you didn't
Yeah,
need to be doing
exactly.
all that. And then you can also just end up losing your way because you're just trying to do things without even any guidance. You're just kind of like, okay, maybe if I'm here, then this will help. And if I'm there, this will help.